Hold on because you're with us.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee, I-24. It begins when Ilya Kovalchuk and his wife Macy are headed home after a long day at the lake.
A few months beforehand, we found out that my wife was pregnant, so I just drove very carefully. This is the most precious cargo ever.
But then, a red pickup starts tailing them way too closely.
He's just yelling at me, "You need to slow down." He's tailgated me and did all this crazy maneuvering. I tried to put a car in between me and him. He wouldn't let up. He stayed right on me. And I was just like, I don't know what this guy's gonna do because it seemed like he was about to run us off the road.
The irate driver flashes a police badge. But Ilya suspects the badge is fake.
I gave him the finger and told him to F off and rolled up my window, and that's when he came after me.
That made me really nervous. We don't know what's going on. We're both pretty panicked. Let's just try to get away from him.
Multiple times he made that car swerve out of the way on the interstate. And so after I tried to separate myself from him, he didn't seem like he was going to continue to follow us.
And then they kind of go behind us and then on my side of the car and they're kind of all around and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's going on?
He like kept going and I was just like, okay, something's wrong with this guy. I don't know what's going on. I thought maybe he's mad at somebody else or something like that because I've seen people get into road rage quite often.
Because I had seen stuff on the news prior to that about just how people are just getting a little more crazy and when you're driving, like crazy things are happening. And so I'm like already starting to get nervous.
Both cars pull over, and when Ilya gets out to find out who is threatening them, he encounters a terrifying man with a gun.
Hold on because you're with us.
He flashed his badge and said he was a cop, and I saw the Arkansas tags. I was just like, if he's all the way from Arkansas, why does he have that badge? And just like the way he was acting, it just didn't seem like he was a real cop.
The man continues to insist that he is an off-duty officer, but Ilya calls his bluff.
Not on duty. You can't. Doesn't matter. I am on duty 24/7.
Everything's kind of moving in slow motion at this point, and I'm watching the guy with the gun walk over to him, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Not on duty. You can't. Doesn't matter. I am on duty 24/7.
Shocked by what they're seeing, other drivers dial 911 and pull over to record.
Who knows what could have happened if like people didn't notice the guy on the side of the road holding someone at gunpoint. Maybe started to be, oh, there's like a crowd forming. Oh, I'm on video now. Like whatever I do, maybe it's really gonna come back to haunt me.
As she leans out the car to watch, she's overwhelmed with fear.
I was like, turning all back and forth. I can't do anything. I'm pregnant. What if he just shoots me? Or Ilya, if I jump out of the car? I start to pray, please God, please.
Hold on because you're with us. Okay?
Not on duty. You can't. Doesn't matter. I am on duty 24/7.
The guy has his finger on the trigger. He's doing weird maneuvers with the gun. Okay, there's no way this guy's a police officer because he's not even like holding the gun properly.
That's when Macy realizes there's someone else inside the red truck, and she's also watching the madness unfold.
I see like a woman in the front seat of the truck. I was trying to make eye contact with the woman, like, oh, what are you gonna do? Like, he's got a gun to my husband's head.
Ilya tries to keep calm.
He kept putting his finger on the trigger, but people were like yelling at him to stop. But he still kept putting his finger on the trigger. The barrel was like so close to me. Like I could see the tip of the bullet. I was just terrified.
On the ground! Get on the ground!
The intense standoff goes on for 5 horrifying minutes.
He's yelling with his gun drawn. I thought Ilya's gonna die.
I didn't charge at anyone. You're the one who fucking came at me with a gun.
To his wife's relief, police show up and put an end to the standoff before this nightmare gets any worse. The man is identified as 34-year-old Matt Ward. It turns out he is indeed an off-duty officer with the Deckard, Tennessee police force. He's arrested and charged with aggravated assault.
An off-duty officer put behind bars, accused of road rage.
Ward is suspended without pay, then quickly resigns. And reporters uncover a disturbing pattern, including getting kicked out of a training academy for threatening to kill another employee.
We continue our deep dive tonight into the job history of a former police officer.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Ilya knows he could have died that day. So he and his wife file a civil rights suit against the city of Deckard and sue Ward for emotional distress. They settle the case for $1 million and hope no other parent ever has to experience this kind of road rage terror.